Hi, I'm Stephen Young, the pastor here at Stevendale Baptist Church here in Baton Rouge. I want to thank you for joining us online, and I want to take just a minute to invite you to join us personally here on the campus of Stevendale Baptist Church. Now, if you are a Christian and you are someone who's been a member of a church before, but you're not really active anywhere right now. Perhaps it was COVID or the flood or something else that got you out of the rhythm, but at some point you just stopped going. And it's been a while. You still love Jesus. You still appreciate the worship, and you still watch online and those kinds of things, but it's been a while since you've been a part of that face-to-face fellowship. Well, I want to invite you to come to Stevendale Baptist Church. I've got a story that might just make the point of what it can mean for you personally, although I will tell you it will mean much, much more to the body of Christ if you come. The story goes like this. There was a cowboy in his country town who would frequently go off on these cattle drives, as cowboys usually had to do. So he was faithful in his church and always attending whenever he was in town, but sometimes he'd be gone for months at a time just taking that cattle on the drive. And so it turned out that he got out of the rhythm of going to church on those cattle drives, and when he came back, he just didn't go back and join the church fellowship. He was not there on Sundays. He didn't participate in the things that they did. And before long, he was out on another cattle drive again, gone out and come back, and then gone out again and come back again. And finally, there was a brother from the church, just another church member, who noticed that his friend had not been there for a while, and noticed that he just wasn't a part of that fellowship anymore. So he went out to find him, and he found him sitting at a campfire one night, and just sat there and didn't say a word. He sat with his friend. After a while, he knocked one of the logs off of the campfire and just moved it over to the side. And that log that was aflame and glowing orange, the fire went out, and that orange glow began to get dimmer and dimmer until it was just a log sitting there black. And so the friend of this cowboy still said nothing, but he finally knocked that log back into the pile, and it didn't take long before that log sprung up in flame again. And before long, it was as glowing as bright as it had glowed before. His friend looked at him and said, "I understand, and I'll be in church on Sunday." Perhaps that's you. Perhaps you're that cowboy. Perhaps you're that friend. And I want to encourage you, whether you're the friend or the one who's been far from the congregation, that you would make it a point to be back in the fold and bring others with you. Come join us at Stevendale Baptist Church on Sunday at 10:30.